ghouls, ghosts, goblins, government tax audits. All of these things scare the shit out of me. More so, the tax audit. I'm just saying. This is simply horrifying. This month, we take a look at
Tales from the Crypt.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Matt, and this is Simply Horrifying from Simplistic Reviews. So, moving ahead in our monthly ode to Tales from the Crypt, we're moving on to another episode, the second episode in our series of Best of Tales from the Crypt episodes, the seven seasons of Tales from the Crypt. So, this one here is once again from season 1. And this episode is called Collection Complete. And what stands out to me the most to it is that it was actually directed by Mary Harron. And if you know Mary Harron, you know Mary Harron is the director of American Psycho. And I believe as far as Tales from the Crypt goes, this was also the only episode in the entire series that was directed by a woman. There really weren't that many women directors out there, let alone women horror directors. So they went with an interesting choice for 1989 for Mary Harron as the director. So moving ahead, we have basically the whole concept of Collection Complete is that you have a man played by M. Emmett Walsh, who you might know from, he's been in Blood Simple. For younger kids, you might remember him from Camp Nowhere as the guy who was trying to track down Christopher Lloyd in that movie. But he's forced into early retirement, and he's forced into his home with his wife, who has an affinity for stray animals and loves to collect animals because it's filling the void in her life with her workaholic husband was never there to fill for her. So, M. Emmett Walsh, his name is Jonas in this short, and it's basically him trying to get in touch with his retired side, and he's having a hard time because his wife is treating him like an animal basically, and he's had it up to here basically. So his idea is that he's going to take up a new hobby, and that hobby happens to be taxidermy. So suddenly all the wife's stray pets are turning up missing or turning into inanimate objects, including her beloved bulldog, which she lovingly called Jonas as well. So Jonas is pretty much a gasket has been blown for him, and he's about to also, his wife's pet cat is also about to suffer the same fate as all her other animals. So without I'm going to give it away anyway. Basically, at the end, once again, the main villain gets his comeuppance, and he becomes just another part of the collection. And I'll leave it at that. Watch the episode. You can probably find this episode on YouTube, or be a good sport and buy the DVD of season 1 and check it out, because it's an interesting episode. It's nothing fantastic, but it's interesting. It's very tongue in cheek, and just the fact that it's directed by Mary Harron is kind of interesting as well. So, and that's about that. So, once again, this is Simply Horrifying. The name of this episode was Collection Complete, directed by Mary Harron from the first season of Tales from the Crypt in 1989. And I will see you, boys and ghouls, next time for another edition of Simply Horrifying.
Thanks for watching Simply Horrifying. Check out our reviews and download our podcast. If you don't, I'll put on a hockey mask, come to your house, and stab you with a machete. I'm just playing. I'm more of a Kruger girl.